I am Dr. Saima Khan, and today we will discuss the detailed ultrasound findings. Diamniotic dichorionic twin gestation. In the first trimester, which is the best time to see the chorionicity, gestational age 5 to 14 weeks, the key signs are two separate gestational sacs within the uterus. Each gestational sac will have its own separate yolk sac. Thick intervening membrane, which is made of two chorions plus two amnions. This membrane measures normally more than 2 millimeters. Lambda sign, which is a twin peak sign, triangular wedge of placental tissue at the junction of membrane and placenta is visible. Separate placentas or placentas appearing widely separated may be seen. Why early scan is important? After 14 weeks, chorionicity signs like lambda sign become less distinct as membranes stretch and thin out. Therefore, an early scan is very important to confirm the lambda sign. In the second trimester, which is between ages 15 to 28 weeks, two fetuses in different sacs clearly separated by a membrane are visible. Membrane remains thicker than in monochorionic twins. Placentas can appear separate or fused but without vascular connections. On Doppler study, no intertwin cord to cord anastomosis is visible. Growth assessment is done individually for each fetus. In the third trimester, each fetus is in its own amniotic sac, sometimes with visible free floating membranes between them. Presentation may be both cephalic, one breech, or both breech. Membranes may appear thinner, but they are still present. Placentas may be difficult to separate visually if fused, but prior early scan record helps. Amniotic volume is measured for each sac separately. What is the clinical relevance? Diamniotic dichorionic twins have lowest complication rate among twin types, but these still require growth monitoring every 4 weeks from mid pregnancy. Cervical length monitoring for preterm birth risk is done on regular basis. Early diagnosis avoids mismanagement meant for monochorionic twins.